Okay, hopefully I am live. All right, breathe and let's go. Okay, so in this live stream, oh, hold on, technical hitch. Okay, in this live stream, I am going to be sharing a top secret project that I have been working on for the last 6 months. I'll be revealing what it is. I mean, the eagle-eyed amongst you may have already spotted it. I'm going to be going through it all in detail with you and giving you all the information that you need. So once I've got through all the important stuff, I will then be heading into the live chat to answer your questions, and we can have like a relaxed, cheeky little chin wag. I won't be reading your comments just yet. Otherwise, I will get distracted and I will forget the key details that you need to know. So I am pretty nervous, you can probably tell, so please bear with me. I have got my notes on my laptop screen over here, so that will hopefully keep me on track. So if you are watching on the replay, all the information that you need is coming up right now. And if you are watching this live, then hello, hi, thank you for joining me. Just a quick recap that I will be answering all your questions and reading your comments at the end in the second half of this live stream. Okay, so drum roll, please. My big reveal. I have been working with the Crochet Society and can very proudly announce my very first box. It is an exclusive standalone box, which means it's not part of their usual monthly subscription. So it's pretty special. Would you like to see the box? I'm going to get it. It's big. It's very, very big. This thing is huge. It is very shiny, as you can see, and it is all rainbows. Look at this box. So yeah, I've got my very first box. Okay, this is very heavy. Right, so we will dive into the box in more detail in just a moment, because I'm sure you're probably all wondering, wanting to know, what is the actual project inside this box. So this time last year, I launched the very first ever crochet along that I've done for the Pick and Mix Festival blanket. So at the time when that blanket was an idea, I was quite nervous. I wasn't sure how something so bright and crazy would be received. So I opted to make it using thick yarn to produce a large chunky blanket with just 42 very large squares. So that meant that I kind of kept myself in check during the sort of design process. So I wouldn't go too overboard and spend months designing something that people turned around and absolutely hated. So even though I restricted myself, I do still absolutely love my chunky original and was genuinely thrilled and relieved at how much you all seem to love it too. I really do love it. It's up there behind me, will forever have my heart. However, in the same breath, I was kicking myself a little that I hadn't really trusted myself with my original vision for the blanket. Can you see where I'm going with this? So when the Crochet Society approached me to suggest potentially working together, I literally jumped at the opportunity to revisit the festival blanket. This thing's massive. It's right in my way. So the revamped facelift festival blanket 2.0 is here. It's the same size as my original version. However, the new festival blanket has been designed using double knit yarn, which means that not only is it nowhere near as heavy as the original chunky version, instead of just 42 squares, this bad boy has 80 squares. Yep, 80 squares. So let me bring this beast over. This is where the live stream will all start to go horribly, horribly wrong from this point on. Ta-da! It's huge. There are 80 squares in this thing. 80. So it is a big blanket. It's coming in at approximately 109 centimeters, so 43 inches wide by 138 centimeters, 54 inches-ish long. It is very difficult to show you it in its entirety here on the live stream. So I do have a blog post with full photos of the blanket, which you can look at after the live stream. So the beauty of having 80 squares to play with means that I have been able to design a new color palette, 4 new squares, a brand new border, and an entirely new layout, all of which are exclusive to this box. I am genuinely so excited to have been allowed the opportunity to revisit this blanket and give it the sort of the facelift that I feel like it truly deserves. Like, it missed out last time. It's had my full attention this time. So let's, oh, I'm getting quite warm under this already. Hold on, bear with me. So let's first take a look at the new squares and the border, and then I will dive into the yarn and the contents of what's inside this massive box. Let me move this. I feel this is going to be a theme of the stream. Robin constantly moving the blanket and this box. This sofa has very quickly run out of room. Okay, so the 4 new squares. First of all, for the first new square, we have a 3D star square. So it is made in one piece, no sewing. You can see it's not an applique. It is crocheted together all at once, making it really safe and secure and really squishy. So this square is actually my favorite of the 4 new ones. So I probably should have saved it until last to show you, but I'm going to bring it up close to the camera so you can have just a quick proper look. There we go. It's front and the back. All right. And then the second square, we have a really fun, bold checkered square. So I've really enjoyed putting together the different color combinations for this one. There are some wild color combinations in this blanket. So it uses color work, meaning there are minimal ends to weave in. The back is super neat, as you can see. There you can't see any of the carried strands. And this is definitely one of those looks super complicated, but actually isn't wow factor kind of squares, especially when you see all the different colors that I've come up with. I will again hold this one up nice and close so you can have a look. That's the front, and so you can see the back. Really super neat on the back. All right, so for the third new square, I have redesigned the very simple black and white granny square that I had in the original. So I love a simple granny, but it was a bit boring. So I have come up with a replacement. So this is a wiggly V-stitch square, which is definitely way more interesting to actually make when you're crocheting the blanket. And I feel like it sits better with the spiral squares of the original, so the ones that are still in the blanket. This was a tricksy beast to get right at the design stage. So I really hope that you love this sort of fun new addition and replacement for the black and white granny. Again, I'll bring this up super close so you can have a quick look. And the back, even though it looks exactly the same as the front. Okay, so that's the first 3 squares. And for last, but by no means least, of the 4th square, I couldn't not design another fun 3D style flower square. I've gone for a much smaller square this time so that it complements the large flower that is in the blanket. And again, made entirely in one piece, just like the star square and all the others. So no sewing of appliques required. It's super secure with lots and lots of fun texture. I wanted like another little flower that would add different color pops throughout the blanket whilst keeping the whole design tied sort of together. Again, I will bring this one up nice and close so you can have a quick little look. And that's the back. Hello, focus. There we go. Okay, so these are the 4 new squares that are in the blanket. And of course, me being me, I had to be extra and design an entirely new border for the blanket as well. So this is going to be probably a bit harder to show you, but I will do my best. Let's just grab a corner and hopefully, can you see this? Got my hair caught in it. Can you? Oh, my hair's still caught in it. My hair does not come in the box, by the way. That's not an exclusive added extra. So this is a V-stitch style border without actually using V-stitches. So I wanted to pick out the new black and white square and tie it together. And I've also gone for a brand new color scheme with this. So I've toned it down a lot so that the rainbow of the body of the blanket can sort of sing independently without being outcompeted by having a really loud rainbow border like the other one did. So hopefully you can see that. Ooh. So all 4 new squares and the border are exclusive to this box. They come with the written patterns both in UK and USA terminology, with full video tutorials made by yours truly here. So you will have me walking you through step by step. So the video tutorials are in American stitch terms, but that's only because that is my first language, so to speak. So the videos, both old and of course the new, they are in American terms, but written pattern wise, there are American terms and UK terms. So the new squares, the 4 new squares, obviously work perfectly with the old squares. So if you didn't want to follow my new layout, then you can absolutely pick and mix your favorite squares, come up with your own version, add your own squares, whatever you want to do. Just be aware that the yarn itself in this box, the quantity of yarn in this box is specific to this new layout. So you may potentially have to buy extra yarn if you were going to sort of freestyle the blanket. Okay, so moving on to the yarn. How am I doing? Am I getting all the information out? So far, so good. Have I just jinxed it by saying that? I'm just creating some room. This box is huge, by the way. Look at the size of this thing. And just for scale, what can I use to show you the scale? My own head. Let's use my own head. That classic measurement of scale, Robin's head. Look how big this thing is. It's absolutely huge, and it is taking up a lot of room. So, as I mentioned, a whole new color palette equals a whole new yarn. So I've used the Crochet Society Confection DK yarn for this. It's a really lovely yarn. It is 100% acrylic. It's double knit weight, which for you guys across the pond is a light size 3 weight yarn, I believe. But what has surprised me the most about this yarn is actually the feel of it. It almost feels like a cotton blend. So it has this superb stitch definition, but because it is 100% acrylic, it doesn't have the stiffness and heaviness that you can sometimes get with a cotton or a cotton blend. It is fully machine washable and has really lovely drape, as you can see. So the entire blanket has been made using a 4mm crochet hook. I believe the US equivalent of a 4mm crochet hook is a size G6. However, I am not great with US equivalents. So if I'm wrong on either the yarn or the hook, please feel free to correct me in the chat. So in the box, you get 16 balls of yarn, Each ball is 100 grams in weight, so that's 210 meters, which is roughly 230 yards. And it is absolutely masses and plenty to make this entire blanket. So let's open this box and I can show you the yarn inside. I'm sorry, blanket, I've got to move you again. Now, this is going to be fun because it's so big. I think maybe this will give you the scale, me trying to open this box on a live stream. So it is a really solid box. Actually, whilst we're here, let's look at the box. Really solid box with this stunning, I'm obsessed, rainbow gradient all over it. Absolutely love this. And because it is a Crochet Society box, comes with a little Velcro closure here. So you have the strong Velcro closure. This box as well is the perfect size for storing your finished blanket in, if you like to store your finished blankets, not just leave them lying around like I do. Okay, so let's open this box up. And this is where you see it, it's pretty big. Oh, blimey. I'm opening up the box. I am still back here, I promise. So we've got the rainbow gradient on the outside, and the inside of the box has this really pretty blue checkered pattern on the inside, which is really sweet. So, this face. So I have used 13 different colours, and I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I need to show you something. This yarn all has exclusive Hooked by Robin themed ball bands, so I just have to show you. So half the balls, so you've got 16 balls, 13 different colours in the box. Half the balls come with a rainbow gradient ball band that matches the outside of the box. I really hope you can see this here. It is the prettiest ball band I think I have ever seen on a ball of yarn in my life. So half the balls in this box have this rainbow gradient, and the other half match the inside of the box, and it has a blue check, is that focusing? Blue checkered ball band with smiley faces. There we go. Smiley faces all the way around. So you have half the balls with this custom ball band and the other half with the rainbow gradient. And I really love this. I shouldn't get quite so excited about paper wrapped around a ball of yarn, but these are the tiny details that I obsessed over for this box. I wanted everything to match, and this detail orientated little things, I really hope you love them too, and it makes it feel special for you too. Anyway, that's me deviating here. Let's take a look at the actual yarn colours in this box. All right, so the first colour we have is this lovely purple. So this is Parma Violet, which is a really pretty, is that focusing? Hopefully it's focusing and you can see it. A really pretty lavendery purple. It doesn't have a sort of harsh blue tone, very pretty purple. So this is Parma Violet. Where am I going to put these? All right, this is going to get down. Let's stack them on my lap. Let's see how far we get before I drop 13 balls of yarn on a live stream. Right, and then the next colour we have in this box is Nougat, which is a fantastic bubblegum pink. It's a really fab pink, this one. Then we have another pink. This time we have Fondant Fancy, which is a much more lilac-y, softer pink and goes beautifully with the others. Then we have Watermelon, which is the best coral shade. It's really pretty. It seems a little bit more muted on my screen. I don't know how it looks on your screen, but in real life, this is a beautiful deep coral pink. Feel free to place your bets in the chat about how many balls of yarn I can stack on my lap before they all fall off. Okay, so then moving on, we have Cherry Bomb, which is a fantastic red. It's like a true red, a real pillar box red. Cherry Bomb's the perfect name for it. Then we have Orange Slice, which is a beautiful Jaffa orange. Really lovely again. I really appreciate that Crochet Society have sort of nailed these shades of yarn. We then have Limoncello, which is an absolutely stunning yellow, very happy sunshine yellow. What more can I say about yellow? I think that's probably it. Okay. This goes so wrong. Why did I start doing this on a live stream? Okay, then we have, I'm just going to carry on. Then we have Rosy Apple, which is this beautiful, zesty green. Have I got more than that? And then we have one of my favorite, if not my, actually it is. It's my favorite color in this box. It is Chocolate Lime, which is the perfect grass green. Now, I don't know about you, but I really struggle to find a true grass green from yarn manufacturers. So I was particularly thrilled that Crochet Society, the Confection DK, has a true grass green. Is it just me that struggles to find grass green? Yeah, this is the perfect green. So much so, you will have 2 balls of this green in the box. That's how much I've used it. Okay, playing with fire now. Then we're nearly done. Then we have a beautiful bright blue. This is Ice Pop, which is awesome. I really hope these are focusing. If they're not, I'm sorry. Hopefully you can see them here on my lap anyway. There's no way I could lean forward now anyway. Okay. And then the final blue that we have is a more grey toned. This is Elderberry. And if I compare it to Ice Pop, then you can truly see the shade difference between the two there. Then, I feel movement at the bottom of the pile. Don't move, Robin. Then you will have 2 balls of white in the box. This is Royal Icing. And you will also have 2 balls of black. This is Licorice in the box. So 13 different colours. And to be honest, you're lucky I stopped at 13 because I could have kept picking. The colour range is great. But 16 actual balls right before these drop. I'm putting them back in quick. But they all have these really gorgeous ball bands that I'm weirdly obsessed with. Okay, let's put these back in. What do you think of the colours, by the way, that I chose? I'd love to know what you think of the colours. Would you have carried on picking more colours? Would you have picked less? Anyway, let's put this out of the way because it is not just yarn in this box. Now, granted, it is mostly yarn in this box, but there is also some cute additions. So we have a super cute exclusive custom stitch marker with a little smiley face, and we have a 4mm polymer clay handled hook, which again is custom to the box. It's black and white check with smiley faces, and these two couldn't be more perfect to use when making this blanket. So to show you these up close, because I'm fairly sure you can't see them from back here, I do have to do that incredibly painful YouTuber-y thing where they put their hand behind in front of the camera. So I apologize that I have to do this, and I'm terrible at it, but let's give it a go. All right, let's see if I can show you this stitch marker. There we go. Oh, it worked. Now I understand why all these fancy YouTubers do it. So we have this really sweet little stitch marker. And then the hook. So let's see if I can do it again. Sorry if you can see up my nose when I'm doing this, by the way. So this is the crochet hook. It has the smiley faces and the black and white checks. Again, I was a bit obsessed with these tiny details. So you've got a lot of yarn, the stitch marker and the hook. But there is one more thing, which, I mean, it's amazing. Perfect for saving till last. You also get this fun little postcard. So on the back of this postcard is all the information you need on how to access the patterns, the video, the chart layouts, everything to make this blanket. So obviously I cannot turn this around to show you what it says on the back, as that is top secret for box owners only. Okay, so that is the box, the contents, the blanket. I'm going to pack this down because it's a lot, and then I will get to the nitty-gritty details of how you get your hands on this box. Okay, let's try and close this up. Once again, you get to see me struggling to close this up. This is a really big, strong box, and I've opened and closed this box so many times, and it's holding up beautifully. So if you did want to, oh my word, if you did want to store your blanket in it, it will keep it protected. So, and as before I completely shut it, you can see the little Velcro closure. Maybe you can't, up here. So it stops from popping open even when it is absolutely rammed full of yarn. Whew. Okay, put the box. So this next section is the important bit that I really can't mess up. Now, so far, so good. Having just said I can't mess up this next bit though, what's the betting? I messed it up. So I am definitely going to be checking my notes for this. So apologies if you see me looking off over here. I just want to make sure I'm getting everything correct for you. Okay. Right. So this is a limited edition Crochet Society exclusive, which means once it is gone, it is gone. That's not a cheeky marketing ploy. There won't be sold out and then Crochet Society saying, oh, we found some more out the back you can buy, kind of shady business practices or anything like that. It genuinely is limited edition run. Once they've all sold, that's it, gone forever. So what I have managed to wangle, however, is an exclusive early bird pre-order discount price for the next few weeks just for us. After that, Crochet Society will be opening up their marketing of this box to their audience, and our window of discount will be over. So I'm just going to recap that because I feel like it's important. So at the moment, right now, Hooked by Robin, weird referring to myself as Hooked by Robin, but I am the only one talking about this box. I am launching this box. Crochet Society are not talking about it on their social media or anything. We have about 3 weeks-ish where it is just mine to talk about. After those 3 weeks, the early bird pre-order discount that is exclusive to Hooked by Robin, to us, to you, goes. So I just wanted to make sure that was clear, she says. Pause to breathe, check my notes. Right. So Crochet Society have a recommended retail price, so the RRP on this box, of £99.99, which is $124.99. But wait, before you leave in horror after just hearing that, I did say I have wangled a cheeky early bird pre-order discount just for us. So Crochet Society are giving us a whacking great big 45% off that recommended retail price. So that is a really big discount for this really big box. And I'll be honest, I don't know who at Crochet Society approved that discount. So let's not question it. Let's just not question it. Hope no one's lost their job. So we're getting 45% off that $100 or $125 figure. So what does that actually equate to? So for the next 3-ish weeks, so from right now until June the 22nd, if you are in the UK, the early bird pre-order discount pricing on the box is £54.99. And for the States, so I'm not going to lie, we did have a few wobbles with tariffs. However, Crochet Society have worked some sort of magic. And so for you guys in America, the box will be $79.99. Now, if you are thinking that still sounds expensive, I get it. But just to demonstrate how much of a tangible discount that is, if you were to purchase 16 balls of the confection DK yarn from Crochet Society direct on their website, so you go to their website, you just add to cart 16 balls of the confection DK, it wouldn't have the world's most amazing exclusive ball bands. Why is not all yarn this beautiful? Let's be honest. You wouldn't have that. It would just be Crochet Society's generic confection DK branding. They haven't jacked up the price of their yarn on their website either. The price is just set. The price is the price. You go there, you put 16 balls of yarn into your cart. That will cost £63.84, which is roughly $85. So the price of this box is actually cheaper in our sort of discount window or 3-week window than it is buying 16 balls of yarn from them direct. So hopefully that kind of puts in perspective how big a discount they're giving us. Shipping in the UK, completely free. Crochet Society can and will ship worldwide, and their website will calculate the shipping for you at checkout. Whew. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So far, so good. Hopefully, I'm not going too fast for you either. So just to recap, for £54.99, you get this awesome rainbow box, which doubles as the perfect size to actually store your finished blanket in. You get the 16 balls of confection DK with the exclusive Hooked by Robin ball bands. You get the exclusive crochet hook. You get the exclusive stitch marker. You get the 4 new exclusive square designs in both written format and video tutorial format. You get the exclusive brand new border, both in written format and video format. And you get the exclusive blanket layout for all 80 squares. It is a really big box, and the layout for the squares I've done in chart form. So there is a chart of squares 1 all the way through to 80 with where you join them, the position, and then each one is individually tells you which color yarn to use on which round. I've tried to make it as easy for you as possible. Right, so if you have missed any of the figures or information that I have nervously been babbling at you for the last half an hour, I've linked to everything you need for purchasing the box, the full photos of the finished blanket that you can peruse at your leisure, all that sort of thing. That is on my website, hookedbyrobin.com. Or if you are already sold and you just want to buy it right now, because I've been so slick on this live stream, I've sold it. You don't need to see full photos. You're on it. I have somewhat confidently linked to the Crochet Society's direct purchase page, also below this video. It's in the description box below. So I'm not expecting anyone to click on that, but you know, he who wins dares. And again, it is a limited edition exclusive Crochet Society box. You cannot buy it anywhere else. Once it is gone, it is gone. And the early bird pre-order discount is only available for us from now until the 22nd of June. So if you are thinking this is something that you might like to treat yourself to, or you are thinking of those links that I have wonderfully put below this video for you, of emailing those to someone so they can treat you, please don't wait too long to take advantage of this window that we have. I really don't want you to miss out. And please just don't wait too long. That's all I want to say. Please don't wait. So the boxes themselves will be shipped from August the 25th. So I'm launching it now. From now until the 22nd of June is Hooked by Robin only exclusive early bird pre-order discount. Try saying that multiple times on a live stream. That is until the 22nd of June. In the 22nd of June rolls around, then Crochet Society take over and they start marketing this box to their audience. Then all the orders ship from August 25th. So the end of August, they'll start being shipped out. Now the shippers, they come in. I have brilliantly left just down over there out of reach. So either once I've finished this important section, my husband will wonderfully come running up the stairs to hand it to me, or I can just grab it for a second. But the box it comes in, the shipper it comes in, is also custom to this box. So it is a brown cardboard, very strong shipper, and it has smiley face, little stars, and my tiny logo repeated all the way around. It's adorable. And if I don't get around to showing it in this live stream, then it can just be a fun surprise when it lands on your doorstep. So, have I said everything I need to say? I think maybe I have. So, but I just want to say I'm really excited about this. I really genuinely hope that you can see how much work I have put into making it something truly special for you. All the little tiny details, how long this has taken to come to fruition. The other thing I will also have is a little photo tutorial on my blog for how to line the back of your smiley faced squares. I can say early bird pre-order discount, no problem, but I can't say smiley faced square. So these are all lined on the back because, of course, this being a double knit blanket rather than a chunky blanket. On the chunky one, I chose to fleece line the whole thing. It was heavy, so I just thought, what's another line? So, but this, because it's nice and lightweight, I didn't want to add the additional weight on top of lining it. So I do also have that. Right. Okay. I think that I have said the word exclusive more times in the last sort of 30-40 minutes than I have ever said it before in my life. And I am confident that that is all the important bits I needed to get out and over and done with. So if you have any questions, feel free to fire away in the chat and we can have a chit chat chinwag for the second half of this live stream. If you are watching on the replay, then kudos for making it this far, to be honest. Thank you for watching. If you need to check out what the pictures look like, that is available on my website. You can now click all the links in the description box below. You repay people, beautiful replay viewer, you're free to leave. You can go. You can go. And so for everybody else who is currently live with me right now, I am going to be heading into the live chat. Now, before I do that, I'm getting quite warm under here. Before I do that, I have to do a few little technical bits to take down my... Oh, my husband has arrived. Who wants to see the shipper that it comes in? Hang on, I've got to be careful because my address is on it. Okay, so this is the custom shipper. Replayers, if you're still here, don't go anywhere for a minute. Cover up. Be careful I don't show you my address. So this is the shipper that it will come in. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, glamorous assistant. Thank you. Okay, so if you are still watching on the replay, you are officially free to leave. You're good. So, live chat. I am going to take down my notes. Is that wise? Are you going to ask me questions about the pricing and things I need the notes for? Should I leave it? No. Do you know what? We'll wing it. We'll wing it. I'm going to take down my notes and I'm just going to bring my laptop that's over here a little bit closer so I can actually see the chat. When I do that, I am going to be coming alarmingly close to the camera. So I will do my best to not accidentally end the live stream by mistake. Apologies in advance if I do. It was not intentional. And I'll try to not let you see up my nose. So people in the live chat, get your questions in. You can ask me anything. Doesn't have to be about the box. Ask me whatever you want. I can't guarantee I can answer everybody, but I'll give it a go. So, okay, right. I'll put my hands up. Don't look up my nose. Don't look up my nose. Hopefully you're not looking up my nose. Was that okay? Did I do okay? Did I get all the information out I needed to get out? Hopefully I did. Right, let's... Oh, don't look up my nose. Let me see how far I can bring my laptop. This is the bit of the live stream that is going to be vastly more chaotic than the last 40 minutes. I'm just going to pop the box to one side a minute and then you can see the blanket. And I have a bit of room. I'm not prepared for this second half of the live stream. I have no idea what you guys might ask. I need to bring my laptop as close as possible without, oh, can you see it? Without, there we go. Okay. Right. So the live chat for me is here. So I'm going to be looking here to read your comments. And then I will try and do my best to remember that you are actually there for this section. So, and in order to do that, I actually have a little friend who is helping me. So I have a camera right here. And on top of my camera, I have this little guy, my little amigurumi Brussels sprout. So he sits on top of my camera to remind me you guys are there, not here. So he lives up there. The chat is here. And I will try and answer to my little Brussels sprout. Okay, I can breathe a bit now. Oh, and Steve is here as well. Hi, Steve. You coming up? Okay, Steve may join us. All right. Wow. Oh, blimey, there are a lot of you here. I've been in blissful ignorance this whole time. Okay, I'm just quickly scrolling through the chat. Steve, look out. All right. Thank you, everybody. I'm just seeing a lot of people are saying I did really well. So thank you. Because, yeah, this is quite nerve-wracking to do. Okay, so how big is the finished blanket? Right, let me pull my notes back up and I can tell you. So my The finished blanket is 109 centimeters wide. So that's sort of 43 inches wide by 138 centimeters, 54 inches long. Obviously that's approximate because tension and all that comes into it. But width-wise, if I can show you here, width-wise, we're out here. And length-wise, we're even longer. So it's a big blanket. Oh, so many lovely comments. Thank you. I'm going to try not to get lost in the comments. I'm looking for just questions. Actually, if you have a question, if you put some big question marks, that'll make it pop out for me in the chat. So I'll be able to, I've got fluff stuck to my lip. I'll be able to spot your question a lot more easily. I'm scan reading the comments. Okay, so the $80 US doesn't include the shipping, correct? Correct. The shipping is not included in that $80 figure. Crochet Society's website does have the shipping costs there, though. I'm just going to move my box a minute because Steve looks like she wants to come up. Steve? No? How rude. She's left again. So I am not 100% sure, and I'm not confident enough to give a direct answer on how much the shipping would be, but I do know that Crochet Society are dealing with all of that, and you can reach out to them. They're very friendly. They will be able to help you, but it doesn't include the shipping. No. Okay. Oh, so many of you are saying you've ordered the kit. Oh, you've ordered the box, guys. Oh, okay. Okay. Will you be doing any more lives with other YouTubers? I used to love your lives with Alicia. Okay, so I love her. And literally before this live, I was saying to my husband that I'm hoping to do this a bit more often because look how beautiful it is behind me. It would be a shame not to show this off. But I literally said to my husband, I want to get back in contact with Little John's Yarns. So Alicia from Little John's Yarns. We are friends in real life, but obviously everybody's busy. And I think we haven't live streamed together 3 years. I think that was the last time I even live streamed, to be honest. And I also have been lining up a couple of other potentials. So I am hoping to do more live streams with other people. I'm just going to nominate Alicia to say yes, whether she likes it or not. And so, yes, I'm hoping to, very much so. I have plans. They're very vague, loose plans, but I have them, definitely. Especially now I have got this one done and out of the way because there was a lot I needed to get through for this one. Okay, right. Scrolling. Okay, someone is saying that it's about $25 for shipping to the USA, sorry. So, okay, brilliant. I'm glad that information is being able to find. Okay, here is a question. Saying a question. Is the yarn easy to pull from the middle? How long roughly to make? Are you going to do any more amigurumi? Love the whale. Okay, Joanna. So it is not designed to be center pull yarn. However, tell that to my center pull heart, because regardless of whether or not a yarn is designed to be center pull, I pull it from the center. Now, because this is not designed, when I think it's the way it's wound, like a center pull is wound to be center pulled. Most of these type of balls of yarn are designed to be worked from the outside. That's what these loose things are, by the way. It's the end tucked into the ball band, and because I keep grabbing it. I did work these from the inside out, but it did mean I had little yarn baby each time. But as I got going and obviously used up that initial little bit of yarn bath, it was fine to work from the center. But it is not designed to be worked from the center. How long roughly to make? How long is a piece of yarn? It took me quite a while. So there are 80 squares. They are all reasonably sort of intricate squares. The ones that are quite simple or look simple, like for instance, the smiley face squares, they are quite quick to crochet, but the embroidery takes a little bit of time. And then if you were to line the back, all that sort of thing. So a while. I think this is a nice long-term project. It's not a quick, you can make it in a weekend blanket by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, it's quite a big project. Am I going to do any more amigurumi? Yes, I am. I have so much waiting to be filmed. I have a huge backlog of blankets, stitches, amigurumi, tutorials, all of that, just waiting to be filmed. And obviously we have had some issues here since moving house. This room was, I don't know, I've got photos on social media. This whole room had to be taken down essentially for replastering, and there was a water leak in the roof and a whole thing nobody cares about. But I am hoping to get back into now making more and more videos. So yes, will there be more amigurumi? Yes. The things I have waiting are quite small little things. They're not larger projects. So if there is anything in particular you would like to see, by all means, let me know. Let me know. There are so many comments. There's so many comments. Okay. I'm just putting this one up because thank you. Let's not discuss my roots, shall we? Let's not discuss the fact that my hairdresser has very rudely had a baby and is on maternity. How very dare she? So normally my hair is coloured all the way to the top, but does it look like an intentional balayage? But yeah, thank you very much. Love the room. Is Steve Loudon? Yes, she is. I don't know where she's gone. I thought she was going to come join us, but yeah. Okay, I'm scrolling. I think I'm quite far behind. Scroll all the way down. Let's have a look. I'm making Alan the Snowman. Yes. Right. Okay, so I think I just answered this one, Joanna, hopefully. Okay, brilliant. Now you guys are putting in question marks. I can see them so much more easily. Okay, can you give us a tour of your remodeled studio? Not really, because you're fixed. You can't move from there. So essentially what you see behind me is floor to ceiling. There's another cube above the top there, which is rammed full of yarn, less pretty than what you can see. And then to the side of me, I have yarn all the way along that shelf. And in front of me is the door, you guys. And I also have some cubes there, which is just rammed full of not pretty things. So this, I am in the attic of our house. So I have a ceiling that does this, which is why everything is like a triangle. So I can't really give you a tour. You're seeing the best bit anyway. Okay. Okay, hi. So long time no see. Yeah, really long time no see. 3 years, I think. I've missed your Animal Crossing live play alongs. Oh, do you know, I miss them too. I think that's been even longer. I think that's been 4 years. Okay, I'm glad. Yeah, the full contents, showing you the full contents of the box. Yes, I can do that because it is a standalone box. If this was I designed one of them monthly subscription boxes, they always stay a mystery until everybody has received them, and then you get the reveal after. But because this is a standalone box, I could show you everything. So Is the Cameron Stevens link to buy a box the box? Yes, if Cam has posted a link in the chat, there is also below. Hopefully the links are working. I haven't actually checked those. Stop. Sorry guys, I am being really slow. It was a lot easier when Cam was monitoring the comments and could just fire questions at me. Are there videos for each square? Yes, there are videos for each individual square. There is a video for joining the squares. There is a video for the entire border. Literally every step, all 10 squares, the border and the joining are all covered by video tutorials. Yes. Do they work up similarly to my heart squares, granny heart squares with the chains in the back? Yes, but not as loose. So how can I show you these? I can show you the back, I suppose. So you can see here at the back. So you can see the motif, and then you crochet the square behind. There's another flower one. So you can see at the back, you have these little divots in, but it's not as loose as that one. I think that was one of the very first squares I tried with that sort of technique. And I've got better. I've got much, much better since then. Okay, Maria, do you have any plans to do workshops? So interested. Would love to get a small group for learning techniques, paid lessons, of course. Maria, do you mean in-person workshops, or do you mean like a workshop, like a standalone sort of on-demand type workshop? I did used to, before I did YouTube, I used to teach crochet. So I used to teach crochet in person, and I used to host workshops. The biggest problem I had with teaching in person, if that is what you're referring to, I'm just guessing, was I personally can only teach 6 people at a time. That's pretty much the maximum. I found if I had any more than sort of 6 people in a class, you didn't get enough individual attention from me. And then, so I used to be a crochet in person. But yeah, I mean, now I can teach thousands of people rather than just 6 at a time. So potentially, maybe one day, potentially, but they wouldn't be in person, only because of that limit that I like to put on it, because I've always found that in, say, 6 people come into a class, you will have people that have literally never held a hook before and need a lot of one-to-one. You'll have people who are sort of have maybe done it once or twice, but still need quite a lot of help. And then there'd maybe be, if I was lucky, someone who could crochet and was coming for the love of it and wanted to, and didn't really need much help. And they often would help me help the others. So if it was in-person things, I can't do any more than 6 people. So I think that kind of rules it out, really. Do you have a pattern for the flower pillow next year? I can do you one better, Ocean Girl. I bought these from Amazon. So it's not crochet at all. It's just a fabric flower. And they're quite flat, so for cushions. And I got these because when they are not posing on the sofa, they are flat for Steve and our other cats to sit on. So they're quite small, but Amazon, you can get them on Amazon. You just got to look up like cute flower pillow. So you don't even have to make him. How long of a process was it to get this beautiful, well thought out box to us? About 6 months. If not, maybe a little bit longer. No, I'd say about 6 months. 6 months. Yeah. So it's been quietly worked on. It's been so difficult for me to not say anything about this as well, because I've been working on it for back in January. I was crocheting these, and of course I can't share any photos. I can't share any behind the scenes. Now of course I can, but yeah, I'd say about 6 months from concept to this thing. Honestly, where can I put it? It's huge. It's really heavy as well. What a warning when it arrives. 16 balls of yarn. It's really heavy. The postman won't be happy. There's so many of you saying, I'm seeing that you've bought the box, which is just amazing for me because I've never done anything like this before. So I wasn't sure if you'd all be like, jog on, what are you doing? Go away. So like, thank you. It's okay. Is the back of the smiley face square the same as the original? Yes, that is. So the original squares that have stayed in the blanket. So we have lost black and white granny square. There you are, behind my head. That one is gone to be replaced with this more in keeping wiggly one. So all the original square video tutorials are there and the written patterns and things. So yes, you'll be watching the chunky one, the version, but the back is exactly the same. However, for this one, as I said, I haven't lined it with a blanket. I have opted for a really nice, simple covering here. So this is just felt. You can use felt or fabric. And I've literally just cut a circle with some Fabri-Tac glue. So on Fabri-Tac is the glue I'd recommend because it's fully washable. It's fabric glue, dries clear. You cannot see it through the front. So I didn't have any sort of glue seeping through and ruining the stitches on the front. So that is what I would recommend for this double knit version is the back. How can I even show you this? Oh, there we go. Can you see it just has a plain yellow circle? Or you could, of course, crochet a yellow circle and have that over the top. So yes, it is still underneath that felt an absolute horror show of horrendous embroidery. Horrendous. Okay, let's have a look. Are there any other questions I am seeing? Did I block the squares in this blanket? No, I didn't block the squares individually because it uses a tight join as you go. Let's see if we can even see this. So this tight join as you go method. Oh, where are we? There. That very much pulls the squares together. What I did do is block it afterwards. So I didn't block anything as I was crocheting it. And of course, it's a join as you go method. So you make square one, and then as you're making square two, you attach it, so on and so forth. I did that, and then I did the border, and then I gave everything. I'd pinned the whole blanket out, gave it a good blocking. So not the squares, but yes, the blanket. If I hadn't been making this blanket for the box and knowing it was going off to have a professional photo shoot and all that jazz, would I have blocked it? Probably not, but I had to do it properly for the box. Steve is back, but I don't know if she's going to join us. Steve, are you coming up? Come on. You can come up. Why don't I move? If I put this box on the floor, I think it's the box that's putting her off joining me. Steve, your public awaits. Okay, who else? Does anybody ever have any questions? Yarn bath is indeed a fact of life for us centre pullers. Make our lives difficult for ourselves, 100%. I think I've got everybody. Oh, I see another question. Do you ever instruct crocheting sweaters? No. And I will tell you why. I suck. I suck at clothing because you have to know maths, and my brain and numbers, we just don't get on very well. So I could freestyle myself a sweater or a cardigan, or like I've made a cardigan for my daughter because you can put it on and tweak it as you go. Would I ever teach clothing, wearables, which require then knowing set sizing and things? I know my strengths and my weaknesses, and that is a massive weakness of mine. So I can't see myself ever teaching sweaters and things. There are some excellent tutorials out there online. Loads of great instructors. For hexagons, hexagons for cardigans. So I made a hexagon cardigan. I tend to direct people to, what is her name? Crafty and a Cuppa. I know Tony from TL Yarn Crafts also has some clothing ones. I stay in my lane. Clothing is, no one wants me teaching them clothing. Nobody. Do you know what else? So many of you, so many different countries. It's a bit mind-boggling, really, to be honest. Okie dokie. Right, has anybody got any questions, like any other questions that I can answer? So it's not just you watching me reading this, because I can read this afterwards. I'll get to a few more questions. Okay. Do you have a favorite project you have completed? That's a very good question. What I should say is yes. However, I think recently, I think last year I did a popcorn flower style square. Well, I can see it, but of course I can't reach it. I did a floral granny square with like popcorn stitches, and every color changed on each round. That I think is one of my most recent favorites, if that makes sense. Even though it's not that recent, to be fair. Here is a question I was hoping somebody would ask. How did the poppy project end up? I have delayed talking about the poppy project because I knew, obviously, this was coming up, getting quite warm. I'm just going to take this off my lap a minute whilst we talk. So the poppy project, I have a huge update, which I will be posting out, talking about a couple of weeks. So once I have got this box underway, and obviously I'll be talking about this box a bit whilst the pre-order early bird discount is around. But the poppy project was fantastic. So for anyone who doesn't know what the poppy project is, there is a lady local to me who wanted to do a poppy cascade for the local church, and she had this vision of a poppy cascade for VE Day, the 80th anniversary, which was in May, 8th of May. But she couldn't knit or crochet, so she put out a call, basically asking people to help. And so she's in a little village close to me on Exmoor. And I thought, well, I can crochet, I can help. So then I ended up just throwing out, like, if anybody could send me a poppy, that would be amazing. You don't have to, no pressure. Ended up getting nearly 2,000 poppies, which was incredible. And I have helped Sue and a whole load of local volunteers. Locally, there were WI groups and individuals, and all sorts of people came together crocheting and knitting. And I think in total, there were about 6,000 poppies, 2,000 of which came from you guys, which was just incredible. And I went and helped for a couple of sessions putting the poppies on the netting, and then I helped with the putting it up, and it looked glorious. And I have a full video. It's in vertical format, frustratingly, because I didn't think to turn my phone this way. So it's all that sort of vertical format, but I've got a just under 3-minute video that I've put together of all the clips of it happening. So you'll be able to see the full cascade. It was absolutely stunning. It was in the local news. It was covered by local newspapers. I think a bishop came down, blessed the poppies, something. It went brilliantly is my very long answer. Okay, I'm going to take a couple more questions. I'm sorry I'm being so slow at finding the questions in the first place. And then I think you guys are probably sick of me, and I will be calling it a day. Okay, I also need to lean forward a little bit. My eyes, I can't really see. Will there ever be? Okay, here's a question. Oh, this is a good question, Claire. No, it is exclusive to the box. That's how you get hold of the patterns. Crochet Society have the exclusivity for a year. So after that, the patterns come back to me. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. It depends. I'm probably going to keep them as something for the box. So I don't know. But at the moment, as it stands, the patterns can only be accessed through the box, and for the foreseeable, they'll be through the box. So I haven't got any plans to then immediately release them after the sort of, it would be like September 2026. I'm not currently planning on releasing them. No. Another question here, will there ever be a full yarn pack for the whole blanket on Wool Warehouse like At It 24 does? Again, probably not. I think this Confection DK is a Crochet Society own brand yarn. I think that's the only place you can get it. I don't have any sort of communication with Wool Warehouse or anything like that. So I'm probably going to say no, but only because I wouldn't even have the first clue how that even works. So great suggestion, but I doubt it purely because I have no idea what's happening. Okay, Robin, what did you miss? Everything. You missed everything. You're going to have to just rewind and you're going to have to watch from the beginning. Sorry for the storm, though. Your little dog's stressing. My old dog was always terrified of thunder, so I feel your pain on that one. But yeah, you missed it all. You missed everything. You have long, healthy hair. You want to use a fun dye. Do it. Dye your hair. Dye it whatever color you want. Life is too short to worry what other people think of the color of your hair. And worst case scenario, it ruins your hair. Hair grows. Cut it off. Start again. Shave your head. I keep thinking about shaving my own head, so maybe they're having a moment. But if I ever do that, I will do it on live stream. I've promised that to my husband. If I ever have that urge to shave my head, we'll do it here. We can all do it together. But that's not one of my planned live streams. That's not happening anytime soon. A lot of you are complimenting my cheap Amazon flower pillows. So thanks. You can grab them on Amazon. I might even put the link in for you after this because they're very cheap. Okay. All right. I see. Any more questions? I'm just popping to see. Okay, Mel, any plans for a mosaic crochet blanket? No, it's not a technique I am confident enough in to either teach or design in with yet. So I can do it. I've done it a little bit, but I wouldn't say I was at that stage where I feel confident either teaching or designing in a sort of technique. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. I like to try and stay in my lane when it comes to knowing what I can and cannot do, like knitting. Can't do that. So no, not anytime soon. All right, I'm going to take a... see if there's another question. Right, one more question. Here's a great question to end on. Okay, Barb, is the blanket a suitable project for a beginner? I would say if you are a confident beginner with a bit of a gung-ho attitude, then yes, because I literally take you through step by step every single square, the joining process and the border. There is video tutorials and they're big tutorials. If you're a confident beginner, yes. By the end of this blanket, if you come in as a beginner and you're a little bit hesitant, I guarantee you'll be a confident beginner by the end of it. It is going to teach you a lot. We have so many different stitches and techniques in this blanket. Yeah, you would learn an awful lot. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but confident beginner, yes. I haven't had anyone feedback to me that they couldn't make the original chunky version that's up there. So I've had no one report back and say it was a bit too difficult for me, or I'm not quite at that stage yet. So that gives me the confidence to say, I think you would be fine. But it's also interesting enough and potentially challenging enough. I don't know if challenging enough is the right term, but it's interesting enough for a more experienced crocheter to not get bored making it. So hopefully that answers your question. I really apologize if I have missed your question. I didn't realize there are quite so many of you here, or there'd be that many questions, or that it would be me frantically trying to scroll. I think next time I'll be more organized and I will have a better system for dealing with the comments and answering your questions. So hopefully I answered you. If I did get to your question, hopefully I answered it fully. I am going to call this stream a day because my brain hurts. I'm sure you are sick of hearing my voice. I'm sick of hearing my voice at this stage. A huge, huge thank you to everybody that has watched this live, watched the replay, is still here now. Why are you guys still here? Yeah, huge thank you. Thank you all so much for your support on the blanket in this box. I really didn't know what to expect. I was expecting the worst, but you've all been really lovely. So thank you so much. Hopefully I will do some more live streaming. And yeah, I don't know how to end this now. How do you end live stream? Should I just hit that? Should I hit the end stream button? I'm going to hit the button. Thank you all so much for joining me. Don't look up my nose as I lean forwards, and I will see you on my channel really soon. Bye. Don't look at my nose.